Hey everyone, today is Thursday, January 19th. Yesterday I spent most of the day playing Star Trek Online. I haven't touched Star Wars in a couple of days. I'm just cooling off from it a bit. Um, let's see, what did I do yesterday? Not much. Um, the game is not yet, like, crowded. Free to play either Cryptic is doing a really good job with their free to play transition, or there just aren't that many people interested in it. But I think there are a lot of people interested. You warp into Earth space dock, and there's just like a plethora of light cruisers there. um, it's definitely an interesting thing when you're flying around in a defend mission. You no longer have to do defense, or you never really had to do them, but you no longer get missions to do them. And I don't know what they're going to do with the accolades to defend sector blocks, but anyways, I was running around cleaning out my quest log of these errant defend missions because you can no longer get them, and I just wanted to get rid of them one final time, so I was sector hopping, and I get to Gamma Orionis where the Borg are. Those fights are hard, and it doesn't matter that they're 6 levels lower than me; they're still hard to kill because they have all these abilities. A tractor beam that drains your shields. They can hit you with a debuff that drains your shields so you can't get rid of it. Um, Borg boarding parties can invade your ship, and not only does it give you that irritating red bars on the upper top and bottom of your screen, making it feel kind of claustrophobic, but they randomly shut off abilities or start cooldowns. Like there was a time where I just couldn't do anything because I was trapped in like 4 tractor beams and everything was on global cooldown. So yeah, they really know how to screw you up. And at the same time, the Borg always travel in groups. There's never fewer than 2 of them. Now, normally that's not a problem, but when you're fighting 2 cubes at once and you're all by yourself, that's kind of a pain in the ass. Especially when one has you in a tractor beam and you're right next to the other one that you just blew up. Sure way to die. But anyways, I would roll into these groups of enemies. There were other players there. So I would roll into these groups of enemies, and because I had specced out a little bit of threat control, so I got a fair amount of attention. Now, I'm a big cruiser, I have a lot of hull points, I have a lot of crew, I have a lot of heals, and so here I am in the middle of the clusterfuck that is a Borg fight, and I'm drawing a hell of a lot of attention to myself by doing torpedo spread and fire at will. So, I'm spraying Polaron beams all over the place, hoping that the side effect goes off. And, I kick out a chronoton torpedo spread out the back, hoping that side effect goes off. And overall, I'm a very pretty exploding star. Um, Purple and these silver white balls with like rainbowy edges on them. I don't know. That's what it's hard to describe what they look like, the chronotons. But anyways, you roll into these fights and there are other people already fighting there, and no one complains because no one has the time to complain. Everyone appreciates someone else shooting their target, as long as they get credit for it and a chance at the loot drops. Especially in Star Trek Online, where the pickup group is just like that, so easy. But pretty much, I was going around in where was I? I think I was in Zeta Andromedae, and so fighting against Cardassians and True Way Alliance ships. So it's Cardassian Gaylors and Keldons and the little ones, the very little ones that are annoying, and then the Jemadar attack ships and so forth. And I'm, flying against these things, and there's a dreadnought that just comes along, and we just start flying together throughout the entire zone. And when one of us is done, we just off and left. There was one time I was fighting in Psi Valorum, poking along, blowing up little groups of birds of prey and things like that, Romulans. And I come across one of those Romulan dreadnoughts things, like that one that's in the Nemesis movie that the Enterprise E rams into. That ship. Beams of green light, like the come out of each of the feathers on the wings, and that tells you get out of the front cone of this thing because it'll hit you really hard. Like it would strip away a shield facing and about a third of my hull, and I've got 50,000 hit points. But I roll into this thing, I kill all the ships around it, leaving it alone more or less. I see the green lines, I get out of the way, that sort of thing. It cloaks, comes back, starts with that move. And I'm like, shit, dive out of the way. Evasive maneuvers. And then I just open up on it again. But I was making very little progress each time. My ship isn't built for damage, it's built for taking damage. It's built for screwing people over with Polarons and Chronotons. I enjoy messing the NPCs up. It's hilarious. But as I'm fighting this thing, a little science ship comes rolling along. And they're like 30 levels, well, not 30, 25 levels or something lower than me. And they roll along, they lend their fire. And then I see a galaxy off in the distance, and that rolls in and lends its fire. And I'm going, yeah! We ripped that thing to shreds. It took a while, and I got hit by one of those green things because my evasive maneuvers wasn't off, ready to go yet. But man, that's pickup groups. Anyways, that's enough of war stories for Star Trek Online. I'm sure you're tired of hearing about them, but that's all I've got. So, until next time.